when you hear these leaders are very sick.
Good evening, everyone. I'm This tragedy strikes the LAPD. The coronavirus has taken the life of an officer. He had been fighting for his life since May. There was live outside St. John's Hospital on Tuesday night where the officer lost his life.
From this day forward, a new vision will govern our land. From this day forward, it's going to be America first. America first. And only America first. And I say, really, you know what I am? I'm a nationalist, okay? I'm a nationalist.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Outside the Overton. We are cutting it close, if you will. We had a fantastic intro given to us by the great, where did he go? Stacking Coins. Wow. Thank you for that intro. It is lit. Ladies and gentlemen, go give Stacking Coins a little fire emoji in the chat. Right now we are streaming to, well, let me introduce Josh.
Well, hi, how are you? Banging intro, by the way, Frank.
I'm on the wrong side.
I love it, Frank. That was fantastic. That was the first time I had seen it. I know you mentioned it was in the thing, but I wanted to save it for today, and I'm glad I did. Seeing it on the big screen. Big, beautiful intro. Biggest, most beautiful intro. Almost as good as Bubba, but we'll get into that, I'm sure, in a minute here. I look pretty good. What's going on here?
But yeah, with that, we're going to get into a little bit of that today. I'm going to talk about Bubba. I'm going to talk about the Epstein files. Going to talk about Charlotte. Josh's home. Josh's home. Is it home anymore, Josh? I don't know. We're going to get into some of that. This is Outside the Overton, and I don't know. We're going to cover things as they move throughout the week. What is moving the Overton window? Is anything moving the Overton window? Right now, the Trump Epstein file saga is like currently ongoing. They're going to vote on it here in a minute, possibly, maybe. Mike Johnson came out and said maybe they don't vote on it.
What?
Whatever. Who knows, dude? We're gonna dive into some of that here in a second, and we're gonna keep up with it. That being said, we're streaming to Nav Creators, and we're also streaming to my channel. Outside the Overton is Tuesdays, 3 o'clock, 3 to 5. And we will see you next week on the Nav channel. I think right now we are actually live on Twitter. If we aren't, I don't know. Welcome Twitterverse.
Before we get into all the stuff today, I wanted to say this just feels right, guys. I mean, did you miss it, Zeb? OTO 5 days a week. I'm kind of like I get it. We've explained before why we're going to 1 day a week, at least for now. But being back in the saddle of the OTO saddle, it's a good feeling. I'm happy to be back with you guys. We're happy to be back here. Smelly Balls, of course. It's always Smelly Balls. My top tier #1 Glazer. We love him. He is, other than GeoGasser, he's carrying the movement on his back. Smelly Balls says, Josh in the two-piece looking exquisite. You're not so bad yourself, babe.
Bro, what is going on?
You got competition, Frank. What are you going to do about it? What you going to do, Frankie? Huh? You going to send in some super chats?
Thank you for the super chat, Smelly Balls. Smelly Balls.
And White bread. It's not a super chat, but you should pull it up. The one directly under Smelly Balls. Zeb, you killed it on woman propaganda. You certainly did, dude.
Thanks, dude.
And I'll say, like,
You did too, though.
well, thank you. I think we both did a good job, but like, because I was sitting there in studio when Zeb was recording, and I was like, it went pretty good. But then when I actually saw it, like I actually saw the video, I was like, it's freaking good,
They
dude.
cleaned
That
me up.
was
They cleaned me up real
that
good.
was good.
Real good. Real
That
good.
was really good. So I liked it. I think it came across great. It was funny. I think both of our stuff was funny.
Yeah.
Shout out to Hayden McDougal. He's a good guy.
Yep, y'all go show him some love. Also, I mean, we're gonna try to do more of this. I mean, we're looking out for the collaborations. We're gonna try to make it happen. We're building, like I said, we're building Nav, and Nav hopefully will facilitate a lot of that stuff. Again, if you haven't already, go over to @Nav Creators on YouTube and on Twitter. Go follow us over there, and you will catch Outside the Overton. I know a lot of you want Outside the Overton 5 days a week. I would love to do Outside the Overton 5 days a week, but we're trying to build something a little bit bigger, if you will. And what that is going to facilitate is Nav is basically going to pick up that 3 to 5 scheduling, 3 to 5, 3 to 6, 4 to 6, somewhere in between that time frame. 3 to 6 will have probably an hour and a half to 2 hour show every day of the week. Probably within a month. Right now we're looking at what, 4? We have 4. We have Gorp Report Saturday, Sunday show with Founders. At 4 we have
You said Gorp Report already?
Tuesday is
Factions.
us 3 to 5.
Factions.
Factions is at noon tomorrow. That's going to be a banger episode, actually. I
Which
know
one are y'all
I've teased
talking about
Massey. Huh?
Yeah, it was going to be Massey, but y'all
It
changed
still
it.
is Massey.
Oh.
I changed it. I flip-flopped on John. I want to apologize to John. We flip-flopped pretty hard. We got next week's ready, but this week we are going to do Massey, but also going to toss in a little MTG, a little Rand Paul in there. I didn't say it. That's a surprise.
I have a suggestion
I don't
for
want
your daily show.
What's it?
A name for your daily show?
Oh, no.
Should be Lily Pad. Because you jump from one
bounce all
thing
over
to
the place.
another, you know? That should be the name of your show.
Gay, the too many gay frog references there that could be made. I don't know if I want to take it. I don't want the gay Gorper frog to follow me around.
Too late.
That's what happened. That's what happened. The Gorpers, they were swimming in the swamp and they just became gay.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Oh man. But that being said, please support Nav. You can support them with membership, super chats. There's a link to merch in the description for all of this. Actually, if a mod can grab the description on YouTube and post it on in a reply on Twitter. What else? We have affiliate links. We're doing all the things. If you want to support us, there's plenty of things to click on and do that. So we appreciate that. Getting into this, reports coming out that JD Vance was arrested for attempting to kill JD Vance. Let me see if I can get it over here. Boom. Michigan man named James Donald Vance was arrested after making death threats against President Trump and Vice President JD Vance.
That's funny.
That's
dude.
pretty good, dude. I thought that
pretty good.
was pretty funny when I saw
Now,
it too.
is it political or is it a JD Vance thing? Is this like Vance on Vance hate crime, you know?
There can only be one.
There can
Little
only
Highlander
be one
over
JD
here.
Yeah. That's a banging movie reference, dude.
Thank you, dude.
Tootin'
Well, it's
Zeb's
older, dude. I
love that movie. And like no one knows it, but Zeb, I'm proud of you, Zeb. Guest appearance on Real Talk one day, maybe. Who knows?
It's gonna have to be very specific. No, that y'all did film Real Talk,
Mm-hmm.
and that will be out next week. We haven't nailed down a time exactly yet, but we're gonna work on that. I listened to like a third of it because I could hear Josh, but nobody else. So I called bits and pieces. A lot of energy coming out of the show, so we'll see what happens there. Let's see. So yeah, JD Vance arrested for trying to kill JD Vance, making death threats. Hilarious. Good fun.
I'm imagining that the JD Vance that tried to threaten real JD Vance looks like the meme one. That's what I'm thinking.
Like a JD Vance verse, the Vance, the rare Vance memes. It's just some random dude.
Post-credit scene.
So yeah, this next thing we're going to get into, as we mentioned earlier, obviously the primary mover right now is Epstein Files.
Mm-hmm.
But
We got a story.
This is Josh's house.
I don't know what just happened.
World?
But we got a story. I'll set it up while Zeb fixes that. That hits a little bit close to home, at least for half of us here. And that is Operation Charlotte's Web. So I've said before, I'm a native of Charlotte, North Carolina. It's about 2 hours north of where we currently reside. It's a big metropolitan city. It's the home location of Bank of America. It's a big banking hub. And that's where I grew up. And now it is Bean Central. It is completely overrun with Mexicans. You can't drive down 485 without getting assaulted. Like just they're everywhere, dude. I told Zeb once I was driving through there, and you can't get away from him now. The city is way too overcrowded. Y'all gotta go. And it looks like it's finally happening. So a little bit of backstory here, as I'm sure you all remember. A couple months ago, I believe in early August, a young woman named Irna Zarutska was brutally stabbed for literally no reason until later revealed that because she was white, she was stabbed on the Charlotte train. And she bled out, died, and the rest, as you know, is history. We're not exactly sure what happened to the guy, but the story's not about Irna Zarutska. It's that there was, as you recall, there was a large national outcry from the right and just a lot of people in general. This kind of stuff, it's like black fatigue. It's getting out of hand. It's got to stop. They got to crack down on crime. So what happens? Donald Trump, who spoke about Irna Zarutska, it became a big enough story to get his attention as well. He spoke out and he kind of put the pressure on the mayor and the Charlotte officials, Charlotte city officials, to crack down on crime. Now, for those of you that aren't aware, Charlotte is basically run by black women. And they did as all they do, which was the opposite. So not only did they not crack down on crime, it was actually reported that they were becoming more lenient on crime. So we've got several stories about just the rise in crime. Basically, crime has been rising in Charlotte since Irna Zarutska's death, and Operation Charlotte's Web is in response to this. So, Trump, obviously, I don't think he can go down there and start policing the community just yet. Well, I mean, that would be ideal. But what he is doing is he's sending down the National Guard to round up illegals. And so that is what Operation Charlotte's Web is. And we've got a couple stories about that, a couple things about that.
Let's jump into it. This one.
Yes.
A message from ICE to the people of Charlotte regarding Operation Charlotte's Web.
What would you say to the people who are against your operations right now when you're going and doing something like this to keep the community safe? What would you say to those people who are saying, "Oh, you guys Gestapo," things like that as you're walking around? What would you say to them?
I think the first thing I would say is, how about you live in the apartment next door to Tren de Aragua members that are trafficking in prostitution, guns, drugs, and taking advantage of American citizens in a violent way? Why don't you live next to them and then see how much of a Gestapo or a Nazi we are?
What's the end game here? What's the goal?
Well, the end game tonight, obviously, is to make that area a safe place. We're going to remove all illegal aliens, especially if it's Tren de Aragua, but any and all illegal aliens, and that's going to make this community a safer place.
What would you say to the people?
You're going to have to remove a lot more than illegal aliens, Josh, if you want to make it any safe at all.
Very true. Very true. But, a big question they ask is like, well, how do you tell Tren de Aragua from other like illegals, from just other Hispanics in general? And I have a solution, Zeb. We'll get rid of every single one of them and we'll figure it out from there.
Agreed. That's the case I made last night. I was like, the only way to do this effectively, practically at all, it's not going house to house. It's not sending in ICE. It's just rounding them up, herd the cats, and deport them, and then we can filter them back through. It's like, I don't know if y'all have ever like cleaned up something like extremely messy before. If you try to go in there and clean it up without, one piece at a time, it's going to take forever. You have to grab everything in the room, move it out, and then put it back in. That's the only way to do this. That's the only way to do the deportations. It's the only way to do any of this.
Mm-hmm. I want there to be news stories. I mean, yeah, it's not ideal, but let's be realistic here. What should be happening is the liberals need to be whining and crying, and the worst story they can come up with is essentially that a legal accidentally got deported because he is super Mexican. And you know what? If that's true, we'll evaluate you and see if we'll let you come back in. But if a couple legals get thrown out as well, tough titties.
It's a little bit of collateral damage, man. I mean, dude, if we deport, okay, right now we're deporting what, like 250,000, maybe we're at 500,000 now, if that, like that's best case scenario. Okay, what happens if we deport one that probably shouldn't? Okay, what's the over under on that? Okay, let's deport 6 million or 12 million, and then we just, I don't know, there's 24 American citizens that get deported along the way. It's like, I'm willing to make that trade, Josh. Ramp up the deportations. We'll make a couple extra mistakes on accident.
Yeah.
We'll fix the mistakes. Just ramp up the deportations, dude. We'll fix it on the back end.
I know, and it's like they're trying to be so careful. Here's what's disappointing about this operation. Like, I'm thrilled they're doing it, but you know how many they deported day one? 80.
Nice.
Or how many they detained day one was 80.
Nice.
Guys, here's
Solid
a tip. Go to the Quick Trip on Indian Trail, and you'll get 1,000. That's my piece of advice to the National Guard. Start there.
Yeah, it's not like you have to look for them. Like, if you need some direction, you want some direction, call me, dude. Call me. I'll make a 2-hour trip.
Yeah.
I'll make a 2-hour trip to Charlotte. Just line up behind me, and I'll just start pointing at people. I promise you, I'll have 100% accuracy, and we can knock down more than 80 a day. The accuracy will be 100% guaranteed.
Go door to door, and if they have 2 cars parked on the street outside the house, you can start there as well. I guarantee. Yeah.
If there's 2 cars parked outside, there's 24 inside.
Yes.
That's how that works, dude.
If there's spoilers and the big muffler things, just you can just lift up the house upstairs. Just put a bunch of balloons on it, like up, and just carry it, like see where it goes.
Like you're looking for bugs and you pick up a rock and bugs just scatter everywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
But a little sidebar, dude. We used to live out in the country around like farmland and stuff, and they had illegals there that would basically migrate based on farming patterns. And well, one, they stole our goat and we think they ate it. 2, they would drive in these little cars, like little Honda Civic, little 4-door Civics or something like that, like a 84 Civic, and they would pack like 8 to 12 of them in there, dude. Like it was literal clown car, no joke. Like stereotype, that was it, dude. And then you would have 2 to 3 cars parked outside, and they would live in the house. There would be 30 of them in one house, one little 3-bedroom house. It's insane. And they would send all their money back to Mexico.
Remittance.
That's how.
100% tax. Whatever happened to that, DJT?
Yeah, what happened to remittance tax? Good question. What's this one?
This is just video of them rounding up construction workers. We don't have to watch the whole thing, but you get the idea. It's kind of a compilation. It's not loading.
No, we'll get it. Give me a second.
You know where that is?
Yeah, they pick up some more.
I kind of skipped around when I was watching this.
Yeah, we're really slow. I know I saw a couple of struggles.
¿Cómo se llama? Oscar. I'm not doing anything.
Excuse me.
I could be right here. I'm like,
why is the woman not being detained also?
Well, that's the point I was going to make. I don't know if you have one of those videos here, but a couple of instances they were trying to detain them. There were people protesting and actively getting in the way, filming, just being a nuisance in general, let's deport them too. At a minimum, they need to go to jail for aiding and abetting. But the problem is they'll sit in the justice system and they'll never have anything actually happen to them.
Okay, ma'am, but yeah.
Oscar Cruz.
Cruz Garcia.
Cruz Garcia.
Sí. De Chiapas, Mexico.
Dude, if they're such great builders, if they're the hardest working builders in the world, why don't they go back to where they came from and build the thing that they're supposed to be building here? It's because they can't. They require oversight. They require oversight, meaning they're dumb.
I resent you one that's got a couple videos in it just now. If you want to pull that one up real quick. So you can pick from any number of these. I would go with the one that was.
We'll skip around.
5 minutes. 5 minutes.
Nice. So you get thrown down. Oh!
Yeah.
The fuck is going on? Let me tell you something. Hey, dude, let me tell you something.
Let's go, dude.
Show me your ID again. This is bullshit. What the fuck?
Maybe you should listen.
Listen.
Maybe you should have been here.
Down. 5 minutes ago. 5 minutes ago, you put a stop on me again. This is the second time.
You already fucking
In 5
ID'd
minutes.
himself.
In 5 minutes, you put stop on me.
Just
5
ID'd
minutes
himself.
ago.
Why you guys keep stopping the same guy?
Yeah.
It's wrong, man.
5 minutes ago, you put a stop.
Bullshit.
This whole thing's
5
wrong.
minutes.
You know this.
Listen, I got my paper ready.
It's right.
It couldn't be more right.
Check it out. They just.
Nice.
In the name of Jesus. In the name of Jesus.
You need to get deported too.
In the name of Jesus. I bind this up in the name of Jesus. This ain't nothing but some demons. Exactly.
They're not even doing anything.
In the name of
Dude, these onesies and twosies just honestly aren't gonna cut it. Like it's impossible. Like they have literal encampments of like anywhere from 100 to 1,500 people.
Dude,
Raid
it's like,
those, dog.
dude, the freaking you ever see that video where like it's that trap where it's like the pigs, you know, it's like all the wild pigs come to the bait and then it's just this fence just comes down.
Yeah.
Just put some tacos out there, put some flour tortilla.
Run over
and
to the
then he
Home
got 'em
Depot,
all.
dog.
Literally, dude.
Dude,
Just,
pull a was it is it Ari Shaffir that did it? Who's the amazing racist?
yeah, it was Ari Shaffir. You know what they need to do? They need to hire a bunch of Mexicans to build a fence, but they have to build it from the inside.
From
and
the
they-
other side.
And they just build their own prison. Let's go, dude.
This is Border Patrol. What the fuck? Why are y'all doing that? What the fuck, guys?
He was ready.
Why is there Spanish over the top of it? Like usually they speak in Spanish and you have to dub it in English. Now they're speaking in English and dubbing in Spanish.
Well, then,
Yeah, and what was he doing?
obviously, he was actually illegal.
He was what? What?
Illegal.
How do you know? Exactly.
Excuse me.
How do you know? Exactly.
He just
He's
admitted.
brown.
That's a good question. That's a good question. How do you know? Yeah, the easy answer is he's brown. But it's like he has no ID, he has no papers, he has no proof.
But yeah, who's carrying that on them? But I mean, that's our point. Is it's like that's one of the main things that they'll use to undo all this stuff. I say, gather them all up, put them in a catapult, send them home.
Trebuchet
And
over the unbuilt wall.
You know how Mark Levin said we're gonna make a list of who's not supporting Israel. We need to start making a list of like whenever you arrest one little 4-foot tall Hispanic guy, who are all the women that are filming it and like what are you doing? What are you doing? And if they're citizens, we got to call that into question.
I got a video I'm gonna react to too, kind of along that same line about women saying that if women didn't vote, we'd be in a better country. But I'm not gonna give up my right. I'm not gonna vote my right away.
A woman said that.
Vote. Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Her name is specifically. I can't stand this chick. Emily Saves America. She's retarded. She's retarded. She said, people call me a pick-me. I'll pull it up. Screw it.
Okay, yeah. I've heard the name. I can't place the face.
Let's do it.
Did I send those to you?
Nah. This is
because
today.
I found a bunch of those too.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, they're all over the place right now. Where is... I need to find it. Give me 1 second. Here it goes.
I get called a pick-me and a feminist, so there's no winning. But I will say, every election I see now, you look at the demographics, and it's just like 70 to 80% women voting for the most far-left progressives. And I'm like, it is actually so sad, as a woman, and crazy to admit that the country would be fixed overnight if women stop voting. And like, I'm not saying I want that to happen, but it is the sad reality of like, so we get to vote, and what did we do with it, ladies? We destroyed the country we live in. We let in third world men to assault us and vote for soft on crime people. And the only thing they know we're not very smart. So the only thing we have to do is just be like, you want abortions? And this is what we're doing with our vote.
I think she needs another rhinoplasty. That'll fix everything. She says, people call me a pick-me, but they also call me a feminist, as if you can't be both of those things at the same time. She's obviously being both of those same things at the same time. The pick-me is, yeah, women shouldn't vote because they destroyed the country. The feminist is, I'm not going to give up my right to vote so that we can continue to destroy the country. It's selfish at its core. That's what it is, which is why we continue down this road of destroying the country, because, well, repeal the 19th is scary. It's scary, Josh.
Barbaric.
Ay, siento que se me baja la presión, bro.
I know exactly where that is. Are they filming the police?
Yeah, all that stuff.
And look at the guy cutting the median.
More, please.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Home to mommy. We saw that one. I
think that's about it. No, this is one I sent. This is
'cause there was one with a girl.
Yep, we'll do that next.
Okay.
Liberals are using Dilworth United Methodist Church in Charlotte to organize groups against ICE agents. Spread the word.
And then we'll have a signal chat during your shift, and we're asking you to please post the details in the signal chat.
This is not a church service. This is a training being run by Siembra, North Carolina. It's called Safe to Work, Safe to School. All those people are here because they do not want Donald Trump's masked arms federal agents on the streets of Charlotte. They watched what happened in LA, they watched what happened in Chicago, and they're all here to be trained about how to get their neighbors and their friends and their coworkers safely to work and safely to school, to push back on the Trump administration on what they are doing. It's a Monday night. We are at the Dilworth United Methodist Church in Charlotte, and the turnout is incredible. I'm going to show you again.
Deport everyone in that building.
Josh, I think you would agree. Let's not deport them. Let's put them in prison so that we can run labor camps.
It's a better idea. I like that.
Ninja was talking about Methodist Church is gone. It is gone. It's a liberal haven, and that is so true. So true. Some of the a lot of the Protestant churches have kind of gone down the drain with liberal mind rot ideology that is not Christian at all whatsoever. It is quite literally antithetical to Christian faith, but you know, there are some in isolation. But I mean, just across the board, churches in general, whether that's I mean, even the Catholic and the Eastern Orthodox are just going the way of the world right now. It's I guess that's just the nature of existing through time. Gradually left and suddenly right, Josh. Suddenly right is coming, boys.
It's coming.
One day it'll get here. Is you?
Pregnant woman in Charlotte by breaking into her. Operation Charlotte's Web, a large-scale immigration crackdown happening in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Okay, chick.
In response to Irana. In response to earlier this month, on November 10th, an undocumented immigrant was charged with murdering a pregnant woman in Charlotte by breaking into her home, strangling her, and punching her in the stomach, causing her to lose the baby. In another case, Adam Mercado, who is a repeat offender, killed 3 people in one day across the region, including one in Charlotte. The same Charlotte, North Carolina, where the homicide rate has risen 200% since 2024. Aggravated assaults, guns and
It's doubled in less than a year. What was the we got it right here. Hold on. 200% increase homicide 2024 to 25, 29% increase in aggravated assaults, 19% increase in strong arm robberies, 70% increase in human trafficking over the last 3 years.
Making Charlotte the 9th biggest human trafficking cases in the country.
Do we just nuke Charlotte is the question.
Let me call my family first. Give them a little heads up.
Here's the thing with these like built up communities. Like Charlotte is like downtown Charlotte, much like Atlanta and some of these other places, it's bad. Like it's been abandoned by people that want order. And so you have people like whoever is the mayor now. But you have also these other little outskirt cities. Like what would be one? Like Monroe,
Mint Hill, Waxhaw.
Is Indian Trail? That's a no bueno?
That's all right. Yeah.
They're like on the outskirts of Charlotte. Like you don't go inside the city limits unless you need to go inside the city limits. You take, what's that, 85 to go around?
45. Yeah.
45. You just got to avoid the downtowners, guys. Just avoid the downtowners. You can't live in a country and roam freely without fear of being murdered in a primary city in the United States. That is crazy work.
The main strip of downtown, you know, like it's not New York City, obviously, but like the main strip where everything is, it's basically the Times Square of Charlotte. The last time I went there at night was like 3 years ago. And back then it was like, I think it was 70% homeless people just lining the sidewalk, sleeping under bus stops. And even a guy, like I was getting food, and even a guy who like looked normal just walked up and asked me for money. Like a 50-year-old man.
We don't have like, I mean, we have homeless around here, but it's not like crazy bad.
Oh,
it's getting bad. But like when we were leaving Charleston the other night, like there was people sleeping on the sidewalk as we rode by, and that's like you got to do something about that. You can't let it fester. They'll create little communities. I mean, they have, what's it called, Skid Row up there in New York.
We had an area we called Tent Town.
Tent Town?
All, yeah. It's basically Charlotte Skid Row.
Crimes have risen 29% since 2024, and strong arm robberies have risen 19% since 2024. But it's Trump's fault, remember? ICE, bad, Trump's fault.
I'm sorry, we interrupting this. Jinx said Cam Higbee just got attacked by Antifa live on air in Dearborn. Just a side note. Those like 32 elected Muslims this past election with the Mamdani election, the most that's ever happened. Like 32 like decent seats, official seats, they've been elected. So it's not like ones and twos. I mean, the entirety of Dearborn essentially has been turned over. Then and then obviously beyond that, beyond Dearborn, you have Minneapolis. You have Minneapolis, which is being turned over to Muslims also. So it's just gonna they what they do is they create these little communities and then they expand from there.
We should change the name of the town from Dearborn to Dogborn, and then they'll all run away.
Law and order, we don't like. Enforcing law and order, bad. Enforcing law and order makes people feel unsafe. But letting a 200% homicide increase, fine.
200%.
Another hot topic for Charlotte.
Like, that sounds unbelievable. Like, I believe it, and even I'm like, 200%, dude. That's crazy.
Well, here's probably what's happening. It's once you isolate a thing, it becomes exponentially more of whatever that is. So if you have a fleeing of white people from an area, then you have a more concentrated population of blacks. And if the blacks are already 200%, probably 300% in violent crime across the board on an average, once you remove the white people, that number is going to increase exponentially just based on like proximity. And so that's probably what you're seeing. I mean, 200% it's really only double, but I guess 200, that'd be a 300, that'd be 3 times as much, right? 100% increase would be double, 200% increase would be triple. Okay, so it's triple. So if they had, I don't know, 20 homicides last year, they're sitting at 60. That's crazy. Which was probably closer to 100. I'll find those numbers in a second.
North Carolina is that there has been a 70% rise in human trafficking referrals and cases in recent years.
And
Charlotte
business
has been
is
identified
booming.
as North Carolina's top hub for human trafficking. And it's ranked 9th nationally for trafficking cases. But again, remember, ICE is what's making people feel unsafe in Charlotte, North Carolina. Deploying the National Guard would be terrible. Law and order, bad. Pandering to the bottom third of society. That's what the leftists do. There has even been a professor at a university in Charlotte, North Carolina, who has moved his classes from in-person to online, citing the ongoing activities in Charlotte involving U.S. Border Patrol and immigration, as it's raising serious concerns and fears about attending class in person. So he's made the decision to transition the remaining 6 classes for the semester to a virtual format effective immediately.
USCC is gay. When Donald Trump lets all the colleges fail, that's going to be one of the first to go.
To her point, I want to play this one. If they're talking about sending kids back to virtual because the schools are too dangerous, let's make an argument for resegregation at a minimum.
Have no authoritarian power over black people. None. If black people go into court, we need to be ruled in the court of black jurors and black judges, everything.
First of all, he needs to go back to school.
Mm-hmm.
Second of all, Seattle just got a very own female socialist. Nice, dude. Those are the best, dude. You know what? Ohio's going to get their very own female socialist here in a second. Vivek Ramaswamy is losing. He's losing an R+10 state. That's crazy work, dude.
This country.
You know what he needs to do? He needs to put on, he needs to go steal the Buckeyes mascot uniform and run around with that. That may get him a few more votes.
Do you think maybe his like monochromatic outfit and cowboy hat weren't big enough? Maybe that was the problem.
No, I think what he needs to do is he gets Alexis Wilkins to come play for him to open up his venues. That's Kash Patel's girlfriend.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, that's a match made in heaven right there. I mean, you have the Israeli country music singer, and then you have the Indian conservative politician rug puller. You know,
there you go.
What's Kash doing, dude? Give it up, bro. She's too good for you. She needs Vivek.
Black people shouldn't be policed by white people. Black people shouldn't be going to medical places by white. It should be so normal that it should be American. Like, this should be the normal thing in America. But it's looked at as weird for black people to only police themselves.
Bro, look at those eyes, dog. Cooked. Entire system unruly due to racism. No way to fix it. Gotta separate.
I like it. What's his name? Preach, Shelley. Preach,
Only
Shell Shot.
hold themselves accountable, only treat themselves and nurse themselves. It's only looked at as weird because white people are in the business of ruling over black people. But in no way should they be ruling over us whatsoever. We need that psychological safety. And it's beyond psychological. We need that actual safety of our lives. America has already proved this country directly and unjustifiably will unalive black people just for being black. It's still a part of the American fabric. They just pretending now they don't need no power or no positions of power over us. No positions of authority. They ain't got no fucking power. They tricking us into thinking that this shit is okay because we see, oh well, other white people working. No, they could work for them. They could.
So I have this idea, right, Josh? I've been sitting on this idea for a little while. I came up with a name for it, and it's what we're gonna call it is Liberia, and it's gonna be this type of kind of like we have in an American experiment. I think we should run an experiment where we just deport all the blacks and kind of give them our system to run for themselves. I think that's a good idea. How do you think that's going to end?
With mud huts and spears. That's
the same way it
it'll
ended
end.
last time.
Yeah. I've been watching, well, I don't want to get too off on a tangent here, but Hayden McDougall, Woman Propaganda, recommended we watch a documentary called Africa Adio. And I've been chipping away at it.
And it's
very good. It's a documentary from the 60s about when the British left Africa after World War II and how, like, the next day it all went to shit, and it has never recovered ever since. And this was the documentary from the 60s.
How long is it?
It's 2 hours.
I might need to
So
watch that.
it's a solid watch, but it's graphic, it's crazy, and it's free on YouTube. It's Africa Adio, and it's basically everything you need to know. It's
Dude,
like, all right, good idea, but we tried it and then it didn't work. Then we had to turn you into cargo cults.
American Crusaders, didn't we try Zeb's idea with Liberia? No, this is a fresh idea. This has never been tried. Real Liberia has never been tried. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. They just didn't do it right the first time.
Well, I think
didn't do it right the first time.
The obvious thing is for whites or Chinese, but definitely if the blacks had to pick whites versus Chinese, they'd pick whites.
For sure, they'd pick whites. I was watching
but
a
it
video.
should be us controlling Africa because they can't handle it.
I was watching a video the other day that was taken like back in the 80s, and it was an older black couple talking about how they were I guess, slaves to some extent of the white man. And then the Asians came in. They were talking about how much worse the Asians treated them across the board when it came to it. Say, I just want to go back to the white man.
Of course.
But I mean, this is, if you look into anything in the Congo, or especially like any of the cobalt or lithium mines over there, it's extremely evident that is simply the case. Just across the board, Europeans are, I don't know if inherently is the word, genetically more morally
benevolent.
Yes. And this is echoed throughout the British Empire and their entire colonization of everything. They made everything run, and then you have a slave revolt in Haiti, and they start wearing the white man's uniform, and they think they just become the white man. You know, if they could only have gotten the gold out of our heads to start with, Josh.
See, that was the Haitians' problem, is they didn't make voodoo dolls of us before they killed them, so that they could extract the wealth and knowledge. So but it paid off, because without them killing all their masters, they never would have gotten the mud cookies, Zeb. And then this is God's plan. And then we wouldn't always talk about getting you the mud cookies.
That being said, if anybody knows anything with respect to manufacturing mud cookies, send it our way. We will take on that manufacturing pay for it, fund it. However,
Is there
we could
a-
probably
like-
do it in house. I just don't know how much.
Well, that's my thing. Is it's
Like,
like T-shirts and mugs is one thing. How are you going to like get novelty snacks? You know what I mean? Like, because they have to be shipped. You know, that's
Probably
a
do
good
it here. I don't know what the
Snack
regulations are that on that. Do you remember that chick that blew up on TikTok with like the pink sauce or something?
No.
Oh, anyway, some chick was making like some kind of like fancy pink sauce or something, had like mayonnaise in it, and she was shipping it out from her house, and it was like cooking in the sun before it got to people's homes after they ordered it. And people were getting like mad sick, and then she got sued for like some stupid amount of money.
Dang.
If Mr. Beast can make a Lunchables, then we can make my cookies. Yeah, that or what's the Feastables bar? It's doable. I just got to figure out how to do it. There's got to be a manufacturer somewhere. Anyway, real quick video on Tim Pool. Not promoting him, but we'll see what he has to say.
The big picture on the Epstein stuff is how it is fractured and strange. Donald Trump has come out and he has said, let's release these files. He's telling people we're going to go after these weird connections. We're going to figure out what's going on here. Why then is he going after Marjorie Taylor Greene? Why the infighting? What I can say is, you know what, man? The infighting on the right is reaching new levels. I really do feel that Charlie Kirk was holding things together. And without him, we are much, much worse.
I'm going to add to this on the back end, but first of all, it's Charlie Kirk was never the glue.
I have fears this big tent movement is not going to survive much longer. I know it's a little black-pilled, but this is just one component of it. Behind the scenes, I've been having conversations with many prominent individuals, and I despise the secrecy and the politicking that is going on. I despise it. And I think it's about to go tits up, which maybe I will discuss in greater detail a little bit later. But let me just say, behind the scenes, there are a lot of conversations about the rift. There's conversations about Tucker Carlson, Candace Owens. Of course, I've brought up these issues, and I've mentioned that it's demoralizing that this is what people are focused on, this drama. But there's more to the picture, and it's a big picture, and let's just say the islands are breaking apart. They were held together by great bridges, but the bridges have been collapsing, and it's about to collapse a little bit more.
All right, so Tim's point is basically the big tent is getting too big to hold itself. Welcome to the future. I told you this 6 months ago. I called it 6 months ago. Obviously, this was recognizable when they opened it up to the libertarian ideas into the Republican Party, which has just been gradually growing since then. Tim Pool's Civil War, Tim Pool is now jumping on the Big Tent is too big, Big Tent party. And I guess, is he welcome? No, he's not welcome. He's a grifter. Anyway, Tim Pool basically says what I've been saying for 6 months. And he's right. He's exactly right. The Big Tent is getting too big. Somebody is going to have to be kicked out. I played last night on a live stream where Senator Rankin, absolute retard, but he made the point of offering MTG, Marjorie Taylor Greene, a seat on the Democrat Party if she wanted it. What the Democrats understand is how to win. If allowing Marjorie Taylor Greene a seat on the Democratic side to maybe vote with them a little bit more than usual, that's how they're going to win, and that's what's going to happen. And I predicted this 6 months ago, and it's going to take a little bit longer than today, but it is inevitably going to happen. Everybody is either going to fall in line or people are going to start jumping to the Democrat Party. It's just the nature of how politics works, and the Democrat Party will change their platform to accommodate people like Massey, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Rand Paul. So we'll see what that kind of holds in its wake. It was never Charlie. Charlie was never the glue. He obviously had an audience, but to like act as if he was the guy holding everything together, I think is just insane to me, Josh.
Oh yeah, and like of course Tim Pool would say that.
Well, it's
you know,
like flirted after his death too. It's like amplified because he's dead now, and so you.
Well, yeah,
glorify
it's not that we can talk, but it's kind of like profiting off his death. but you know, it's like it's one of those things like, you know how like JFK after he's dead. Now, granted, JFK was actually really good, but you know, he kind of sunshine pumping after he dies, and that's like to say that Charlie Kirk was the glue holding it all together. Someone said in the comments that he was keeping the Groypers at bay. I think it was Michigan Groyper, now Jinsey Goy. I think there is something to be said about that. But I don't know.
Maybe in the way of like being a target of
right, like it wasn't
attention.
Like it wasn't like Charlie Kirk was holding them back. It was like Charlie Kirk was a
attention
directional thing. You know,
I can agree with that. I can agree with that. Do you want to jump to comment on Bubba here in the chat a second ago? You want to jump to Bubba? We can talk about Bubba real quick.
Talk about Bubba. In fact, we have a special guest in studio.
We do
today.
have a special guest in studio.
President of the United States, Donald Trump. How you do? Well, come on, man. What do you?
Why don't you look at the people, dude? Look at the people.
Come on, man. We can't leave him alone for a second before he's glucking and sucking. Gosh, what's wrong with this guy, man?
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
What I did see so the memes about this are amazing. They're glorious. And I saw one tweet about
it. Like a meme review.
I should do that. Yeah. I don't know if you saw the tweet, but it was like someone saying, "So is it true that you went down on Bubba?" And he was like, it's like, that is ridiculous. I never was there with Bill Clinton. And then it comes out that Ghislaine Maxwell's horse's name is Bubba. And then Donald Trump responds, "It was a cold summer night, or it was a warm summer night when I met William."
Yeah, I don't know about the
what do you
Bubba
think
thing,
about
man.
that?
I don't know about the Bubba thing. We'll see. It'll pan itself out eventually. I think it has to. Before we dive headfirst into a lot of this stuff, yeah, we're gonna get into the Trump
I will
stuff
say,
in a second.
I don't think it's true.
Epstein. You don't think the Bubba thing's true?
Nah,
I don't think. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Honestly, I don't care.
And Putin was in there in the corner with a camera. That's a lot. That's a lot.
There was one question. Joseph Rizzo, let me jump on this before we jump into Donald Trump. You know who Whistling Diesel is?
Nope.
Whistling Diesel was arrested on tax evasion in Tennessee. He has a massive YouTube channel, and they arrested him on like a $500 tax evasion thing because he registered a Ferrari in Montana and destroyed it in Tennessee. And Tennessee believes that they are entitled to that tax status of that car, which is crazy work. One, $500, one, not worth it. Two, he put out a video earlier today talking about he needs somebody to help him drive a killdozer to the courthouse, right? He has a killdozer. He built his own killdozer.
Is it like his own version, or is it a replica of the original?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, like, is it improved upon, or was he like, I just made it again because I love the story so much?
He basically made it again.
Gotcha.
And
okay.
So he wants to do that, but in that he essentially gave the court date and court location as like a soft call to show up at the courthouse to all of his 5 million viewers. How many viewers does Whistling Diesel have? But anyway, I mean, from my understanding, I don't think Tennessee has rights to that tax because of the way the law is written, or at least from what I can understand.
You said it was registered in Montana?
Mm-hmm. Montana doesn't have an auto tax, doesn't have a car tax, property tax on cars.
Does he live in Tennessee?
Yes.
Montana is not a next door neighbor.
No, it doesn't matter.
Okay, all right.
As long as you have an LLC opened up in Montana, you can file it under that LLC, which would be inside of Montana.
Okay, fair
I'm not a lawyer. I don't know how many of you are going to go out and buy Ferraris and register in Montana, but it's
not a bad idea.
I want to see, where's his YouTube? How many followers? 10 mil? All right, so he's got 10 million followers. Yeah, I mean that's a game you don't really play as a state like Tennessee on $500. Is it worth the $500? They're using him as an example because everybody does this. Everybody goes to Montana, registers their expensive car, and then Tennessee is out of the tax money for that car. I don't think it's worth it, but apparently they do. Like, is that really a fight you want to take? Like, PR, like, call my PR person up. Hey, let's arrest this dude on $500 tax evasion. That's not actually tax evasion, and just give us a bad look. Like, that's a good idea. Let's do that. Like, nobody said that. Nobody said that. Joseph asked, do you think it was over the killdozer?
I think we are projecting a little bit because I would imagine like this sounds like something a woman would do. You know, it doesn't make sense, but that's
it does
kind
sound petty. That's a good. I think you're onto something, Josh. I'd have to. I guess
I guarantee that's what it is.
For the intermission, we're about an hour in. We'll go ahead and shill everything else. If you're watching on my channel, ZebBoykin, please go to Nav @Nav_creators, NAV_creators, and watch over there. Go ahead and like the stream if you can, if you don't mind. It's free. Just like the stream. It's free. Also, memberships are open on both of these channels. Memberships are open. The Nav logos, the emblems for the memberships, I think they're clean, dude.
They look really good.
I think they look good. We're gonna be doing that for mine also as soon as I nail down branding for solo shows. Solo show is probably gonna start Monday. Maybe it starts Friday, Thursday. But I'm trying to get everything situated for that. Once that starts, then we'll have my solo show from like 1 to 2, 2:30, 3, whenever, and then you'll have 3 to 4, 5, 6 for Nav stuff. And then you have Atlas from 6, 7, 8. So we're going to have, if you want to be involved with us across the board, you will have something to watch all the time. We're going to be pumping out retard amounts of content, and it's all going to be good. Goated stuff, high energy, high information, entertaining stuff. Josh, you want to shill Real Talk real quick?
I do. So, well, we haven't nailed down a specific air date for it, but Real Talk is a pre-recorded show that will be airing on the Nav network. And I get that, listen, a lot of you guys are here for the politics, but politics is really just the theory of everything. It's life itself. And it is part of the new American vision to understand that even the things we want to accomplish can't be simply accomplished by winning elections. And I know we say that all the time, but it's not simply just gaining power either. Power resides where men think it resides. And yes, that is politics, but we also acknowledge that it comes from media as well. I mean, let's be honest, a lot of these people are mind controlled because of what they see on TV, what they see in movies. So it's incumbent on us to reinfiltrate all institutions, control them, and redirect their goals to our own means. One of those being movies. And so that is something we do mainly for entertainment purposes, I'll be honest. But John Ward, myself, and Keno Flex, Jack Kittner, will be joining forces to bring you... honestly, it's a really fun idea for a movie review show because all these movies... you probably don't watch this kind of stuff,
different,
Zeb.
dude.
Yeah, it's a little different than politics, but you get a little bit more of like John's personality, my personality, Jack's, Kinoflex, and it's a little different because if you do watch movie review content, which maybe some of you do, some of you don't, it's typically like here's one movie and we just talk about that. What this is we get a prompt. We pick a movie based on the prompt, and then we give talk about that for a little bit, and then give suggestions. Here's one you don't watch. Here's one you do, and here's some underrated ones. And all these retards erase the. Is that what that says? Erase the bagels.
Erase the bagels.
It's a pretty funny username.
But you actually
at the same time, fuck you.
To the Josh's point, maybe it's not for you. It's not for me. I'll probably watch some of it, but what it is to bring in people and expose them to kind of the discussions we're having, the debates that we're having on a almost daily basis, right? So if we can open up to the normies, bring them on board, get them, I don't know, interested in one of the other shows just off of entertainment purposes.
Yeah.
Maybe we can change some hearts and minds, guys. Hearts and minds. That's what this is all about. We need a boomer show. That's what we need. We need a boomer show.
We're wrangling in all of the normies. That's what Real Talk is for. But it's also fun for me.
Shout out Stephen Crumley, e-begging at his finest. Well, this is, I mean, we're trying to fund things. We're trying to do things. We're trying to do big things, and it takes money. And if that requires e-begging, it's gonna happen. Also, like the stream while you're here. Appreciate it. That being said, this is Donald Trump.
Who?
I want you to. Josh is gonna react to this.
I won't read the caption.
Yeah, Josh is gonna react to this. Don't read the caption. Yeah, don't. Did you already read it?
No, I didn't. Just tell me when it plays, and I'll.
All right, Josh is gonna react to this. I want Chat. I want your reaction off of this too, because I'm gonna give you.
There's nothing incriminating in the file, sir. Why not acting as if
I'm gonna play it one more time. Maybe.
if there's nothing incriminating in the file, sir, why not acting as if
You hear what he said?
So I didn't at first, but I ended up accidentally reading the caption. Quiet piggy.
Yes.
Is she fat?
Only Rosie O'Donnell.
Only Rosie O'Donnell.
I'm gonna get
when
your take, and then I
Bloomberg's
want to
Catherine
give you
Lucy interrupted about the Epstein file. Well, I think okay. So my takeaway from this is pretty basic, which is he's not thrilled that these are coming out, and for obvious reasons. Like, let's just say everything that was released a few days ago with all the things. I mean, Bubba, all that stuff. Let's just say that's it. He's clearly not happy that this is happening, and he lost. Like, the Republicans turned against him. He made every effort to cover this up, and it hasn't worked. So he's upset. People are asking him about it. Quiet piggy.
All right,
yeah.
let me.
What's your deep, thoughtful, esoteric take, Zeb?
Let me do this. And it's kind of the same issue I have with Homeland Security Twitter. Like, you're going to post these memes. Let's actually do something. This would be funny, like the Only Rosie O'Donnell. That was funny when we were doing things, when we were making progress. These little jabs now, whether she's fat or not, I don't care. Do something, dude, and then we can laugh about it. If we're going to win, we need to have fun doing it. This is losing, and it's not fun anymore. I'm tired of winning. Can I stop winning now, Josh?
Okay, I see what you're getting.
Can I stop winning now?
I see what you're getting at, because I was basically taking the clip for what it is, but not taking into consideration it's the Daily Caller. So of course they're like, "Yo, look at Trump dunking on his liberal," but it's like she's asking about the Epstein files, which we all want.
I don't know.
I thought that was the fake next to it.
I'm getting tired, dude. It's like, you're the one worried about heaven. Let's actually move the needle a little bit in the American mind.
Dude, that's what I don't get. He's afraid. He's clearly afraid to die. Yet he doesn't want to be called a racist. He doesn't want to.
That's the worst thing, dude. It's the worst thing
to
in
the
world.
boomer mind. You're absolutely right.
Somebody mentioned national security. Yeah, we're gonna get into that. This is Trump double down on the H-1B visa. I'm just establishing this going into the Epstein stuff.
About H-1B visas, you said that there were certain talents that Americans needed to outsource to foreign workers. Could you clarify?
Until they learn that, yeah. Like, for instance, if you're going to be making chips, we don't make chips too much here anymore, but we are going to be in a period of a year. We're going to have a big portion of the chip market, but we have to train our people how to make chips, because we didn't do it. We used to do it, and then foolishly we lost that business to Taiwan. Very, very foolishly, because if they had a president that thought like I did, they would not have let that happen. But it's all coming back. I think we're going to have within a few years, we're going, and not because of the CHIPS Act. The CHIPS Act was a disaster for this country. We gave away billions.
All right, blah, 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 blah. Americans are retarded and they can't run an assembly line. That's what I got out of that. What do you mean we can't make chips? We got to bring in the Taiwanese to teach us how to make chips? And then what? They're not going to leave. Then we're going to import Indians to do it. And then that's going to get outsourced to robots. And now you have Indians stuck here with no jobs anymore.
Well, and here's my thing is like my dad is a doctor, and I was talking to him like one day I was like, "What's your job actually like?" And this is something he said to me. He was like, "Josh, realistically, I could teach you to do what I do just as well in 30 days." And
maybe you, maybe not somebody else.
Maybe. But my point is like, I won't say what my dad does, but like, you know, like the point is like, okay, computer chips, you put them together a certain way and like assembly lines, you have one task. How long is the learning curve on that? A month?
If that.
Tops? Get like a week at most. Like, let's be real.
I mean, I don't know what he's trying to do. It's like the issue that we talked about really early on in the show, where we were kind of discussing, okay, do we outsource truck driving to AI trucks like Tesla trucks or whatever, or do we import Indians? The obvious answer, if those are the two options, the obvious answer is AI. You give it to AI because then you don't have to have the fallout from an invasion. The AI isn't going to consume the space at the Costco or the Sam's Club. It's not going to consume housing. It's not going to consume all of these things that a person does. And so what are we even doing, man? We're just importing more people. Like, okay, I get it. Maybe we need more workers. But what are we doing with all the people that aren't working and are here on visas? Because I know there's a ton of them, or they're overstayed their visa and they don't have a job anymore.
And this is why the race realism issue and the sense of national identity, we need to stop pussyfooting around the topic and just be honest about what it is we want, because this is what they do. Instead of saying we want America to be white and we want it to be prosperous, we say, oh, well, we want manufacturing to come to the United States. And then what do they do? It's like, oh, well, you know, big business, you know, they like their cheap foreign slaves. So, okay, you guys want manufacturing back so bad? No problem. We're going to bring the factories back, but we're going to bring the Taiwanese here. We're going to bring the Indians here. Not what we meant. And like that's why it's like we need to have a new American vision and be explicit about what it is we want, and get comfortable with saying, I don't want Mexicans in my country. I don't want Indians in my country. Not simply because they're stealing the jobs, but because they are Indian, because they are not American. Get used to it. It's coming. Start saying it now so you don't have to say it later. I mean, you're going to be saying it a lot, though.
You're going to be saying a lot. Gary says factory jobs don't pay shit, so it's all blacks that work there. You should know all of this living in South Carolina. The question isn't what it currently pays. The question is why. Why are wages so low? It's because we have an influx. It's a supply and demand scale. It's an influx of workers into jobs at the base level that ought not be here in the first place. And so if they're paying less, then you have people that are looking for work that should be in those jobs getting paid a little bit more, emptying out other jobs that are now able to pay less because you have too much demand of workers and not enough supply of jobs.
Right. And it's like this stuff doesn't exist. It's not written into the fabric of reality that factory jobs pay low. Like, is that why everyone left the farm and worked for Carnegie? Is that why everyone left the farm and worked for Henry Ford? No,
this is just not true. This is simply not true. It's not that Americans don't want manufacturing jobs. It's not that Americans don't want to do construction work. It's not that Americans don't want to do farm work. It's not that. It's that those jobs pay absolute shit because they're allowed to pay absolute shit. Because they have an option of illegals, an option of extremely low level, low skilled, no skilled work to basically do it for them. And with the influx of that and automation, you're going to have a decrease in wages naturally. So the only counteracting to that is to increase the demand or decrease the supply. Decrease the supply means deportations. The only solution to any of this, we talked about this last night with the debt. The only solution to any of this, any of it at all, is 80 to 100 million deportations. That's the only solution to any of this. We're talking about they want to tax the billionaires last night. If we tax every billionaire in America at 800 billionaires, we tax them 100% of their wealth, not income, not revenue, wealth, everything that they own, complete wealth. You would have $6 trillion. You know what the debt is at right now, Josh?
Tell me.
$38 trillion. Let's just off all the billionaires, confiscate all of their wealth, and pay off the debt. Can we pay off the debt? Obviously not. What's the difference between $38 trillion and $32 trillion? Nothing. It's not real. These numbers aren't real. They aren't real numbers. So what do? The only option is to save the nation and let the country do what it will. The nation being the American people, Americans.
Mm-hmm. This is something I meant to send it to you this morning. I got into it a little bit with my boss today, and he was basically ragging. Well, not backhanded comment about how why are the young people so obsessed with immigration? This is what these boomers don't get, guys. It's like Zeb said. What's the difference between 32 and 38 million?
Trillion.
Nothing. Or trillion. Nothing. Like that's not. It's made up. You're never like if someone said, Josh, you owe me $1 billion, I may as well owe them nothing because I am never going to pay them back. It's so big a number, I'm not going to pay them anything at all because to even entertain it is ridiculous. And that's my point is like the economy, it's going to crash. It's an inevitability. But what happens when it does? What happens when the U.S. economy crashes, we go into a depression and half the country is black? They're going to go crazy and kill everybody else, just like they did in Africa, just like they did in Haiti, just like they've done everywhere else. Like, and then Indians and Chinese, and they're going to be there to pick up the pieces. And then what are they going to do? They're going to basically make us into another colony. That's what's going to happen. But you know what would prevent that? When the economy crashes, which may be preventable if we can get in there, if they weren't here to take advantage of it. That's the point. That's why immigration matters to young people, because young people don't live in gated communities. Young people are going to school. And I'm a Christian. I love everybody, but I was passing by. It looked like a little field trip of like kids. They had to be like in the kindergarten, they were really tiny kids, and they were by the fire truck. It's like, oh, the firemen, they're showing them the hose. They're turning on the lights. There were like 2 white kids in there.
Yeah.
And it's like that nothing against the black. I love everybody. This is like, there's nothing wrong with them. You know what I mean? But there's something wrong with the picture. That's
right. Well, we know what America ought to look like, or what it
Right.
has looked like, and what it should look like. And anything outside of that is not, or it should be not normal. But at this point, it is. On that note of talking about debt, I'm going to do probably a members only stream, and I'll probably clip it up from there. It'll probably be 3.5 hours, but I'm going to cover, I got 3 videos that I want to dive into. They're about 30 minutes long a piece, and dive into how the money system works, how it's not real, how it'll never get paid back, and how you can never default on it. So it's at this iteration in time, it's not something that just goes away. I'll get that stream together, and that'll probably be later this week. This is Mike Benz kind of laying the groundwork for the Epstein stuff. Let me refresh it.
For example, the close relationship between Jeffrey Epstein, the Clinton family, and the Ehud Barak Israeli Labor Party, it is patently clear that if the Central Intelligence Agency and the State Department were to do a sweep of all of their files, communications, records, a simple name trace of Jeffrey Epstein's name, the voluminous scale of the documentation, I think, would be enormous. The State Department rented out a physical property to Jeffrey Epstein personally in the 1990s. You and I can't just get the State Department as our personal landlord after seizing a mansion from the government of Iran. To say nothing of Epstein's work doing Iran-Contra with both the U.S. and Israeli side of intelligence through the Adnan Khashoggi link, or through what was being done in the 1990s between Bill Clinton and Ehud Barak when he was the prime minister there, to Jeffrey Epstein setting up the Clinton Global Initiative, and she goes on to be Secretary of State. For some reason, they are not pursuing this lead, and it is maddening to watch from the outside. When you
yeah, I mean, a couple of names mentioned in there, right? He kind of did a little walk back all the way back to like 1990. And we did a episode on Les Wexner on factions the other day that is definitely worth checking out. They kind of led into some stuff that I wasn't really aware of, one being Mega Group and a lot of names associated with that, and Ehud Barak and Epstein and himself. So, I mean, these are names that are going to be coming up more and more as we go along. Also, factions, like I said, will be tomorrow at noon Eastern. We might move it back to 3 the week after next, but tomorrow it'll be 3 o'clock. No, tomorrow will be noon. Wednesday, noon. Yes, factions. It'll be good. It'll be a good episode tomorrow. So tune in for that, please. Thank you. This is
Yeah.
Was this today? No, this was a couple weeks ago, maybe a couple months ago now, where Donald Trump, when he was going on and on about, oh, the Epstein hoax, that's a hoax. There's no list. There's no whatever. And then he goes, are we still talking about this?
Yeah, sure. If I
Could I just interrupt for
Sure.
1 second? Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein?
Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? That was a couple weeks ago. This is I take this with a grain of salt. This is Mark Epstein, Jeffrey Epstein's brother. And it's only 18 seconds clip, so let it run.
What I do want to talk about is I've been recently told the reason they're going to be releasing these things and the reason for the flip is that they're sanitizing these files. There's a facility in Winchester, Virginia, where they're scrubbing the files to take Republican names out of it. That's what I was told by a pretty good source.
So he says that's what he was told by a pretty good source. He says they're sanitizing files to take a Republican's names out a facility in Manchester, Virginia, or Winchester, Virginia. I don't know how much weight I put on this, but to say I don't doubt that that's probably happening. It's like the stuff with the Charlie Kirk information autopsy. It's like, okay, we want this thing, we want this autopsy, we want the Epstein files, but Trump's been in power, what, 9 months now? We're supposed to get it day one. What's happened between then and now? Are they sanitizing it? Probably. We're going to get it redacted for sure. It's not going to be unredacted. Mike Johnson came out and basically said that even if you get the Epstein files, we're going to have to redact it because of national security purposes. It's like, what association with national security threats is releasing the Jeffrey Epstein files? Isn't that a problem in itself, Josh?
Yes. I'll be honest. This Mark Epstein thing, I am leaning towards BS.
Sure. I'm fine with that.
But that's just like a gut level instinct.
I just wanted to give it to the people.
That's
it's here.
The people, you have been
assess
peopled.
I don't put too much weight on it. But when it comes out, and if he's right, then it's like, okay, maybe moving forward, we should give a little bit of weight to him, a little bit of credibility. So yeah, I think they've already done it. If that is the case, why would they wait till now? I mean, they've been sitting on it for 9 months.
Yeah.
Congressman Massey, is it clear to you why
Kash Patel, Dan Bongino, when they were podcasters, were saying one thing, and
his
then
new
when
wife.
they got in power and in a position to actually see things and release things with the president's approval, they suddenly were singing a different tune. Do you know why?
Well, the vice president and the attorney general made the same about face after they got into office. I have always maintained that it's not because Trump is in these files that he doesn't want them released. I've thought that he's trying to protect rich and powerful friends of his who may not even be partisan. They may be above Republican or Democrat because they're billionaires and they figure they can pay off whatever judge or whatever party's in power. But I wonder why Kash Patel and Dan Bongino had a change of heart. Maybe, and this is what I believe, it's because it implicates our own intelligence agencies and those abroad. Maybe they've been in a skiff and they've heard things and they've decided that this wouldn't be good for national security. But if that's the case, we need to know.
Yeah. He also made the point, it says Kash Patel, Dan Bongino shifted their stance on Jeffrey Epstein since their podcasting days. That's unquestionable. It's a podcaster occupied government that is now bought and sold or blackmailed. There's something. Day one, we're releasing the Epstein files. Like a weekend, if we don't release the Epstein files, I'm quitting. What's happened since then? I mean, they've gone dark. They'll post every once in a while, but we get nothing. We don't get anything from ICE. We don't get deportations. We don't get Epstein files. We don't get anything. We did get a binder though, Josh, a blank binder, if you will.
Oh, I recall. And this was something Nick actually brought up on his show last night, which was at the very least, like, Trump has shown that he lied. He does not want this to come out. He's given himself basically a year to prepare. And so who even knows now that Congress is going to basically they're going to force his hand to release everything. Who even knows what we'll get will be all of it enough and how much of it is accurate, there's just too much to assess and too much that just can't be known.
Josh, you want to take this one? This was 4 days ago.
Should I do the voice? I'm kind of running.
Go for it.
All
If
right.
you want to. If not, it's all good.
No, I'm not going to do it. I'm mad at Trump, so I'm going to do Josh voice. Now the Democrats are using the Epstein...
Do a Jew voice. It fits more fitting.
Now the Democrats are using the Epstein hoax involving Democrats... Run on, man. Not Republicans to try and deflect from the disastrous shutdown and all of their other features. I will be asking AG Pam Bondi and the Department of Justice, together with our great patriots at the FBI, to investigate Jeffrey Epstein's involvement and relationships with Bill Clinton, Larry Summers, Reid Hoffman, JP Morgan Chase, and many other people and institutions to determine what was going on with them and him. This is another Russia scam, with all arrows pointing to the Democrats. Records show that these men and many others spent large portions of their life with Epstein and on his island. Stay tuned.
Some of these names: Bill Clinton, Larry Summers, Reid Hoffman, JP Morgan Chase, many others institutions. These are a lot of these are in the mega group that we came across the other day. I've never heard of it, and I'm gonna pull it up here in a second so we can take a look at it. But one primarily is Larry Summers that we need to look into. I'll add him to the list of people we need to get to on the Faction Show. Let me dive into. I need Wikipedia. What was I saying? Mega group.
Mega group. Five Nights at Freddie Meal. What the heck is that? What the heck is that?
What was I saying? Mega group. Wonder if it'll come up. Study group, Jewish study group. There we go.
That's funny.
It's probably something you Googled.
Five Nights at Freddy's Meal. I don't think so.
It might be just be trending. Study group, Jewish group, mega group, informal group of influential Jewish entrepreneurs. Les Wexner, Josh Boffman founded the study group. Steven Spielberg is in there. What'd I say?
You said Josh Bronfman?
Oh, Charles Bronfman. Members here: Les Wexner, Charles Bronfman, Josh Bronfman, Edgar Bronfman, Max Fisher, Michael Steinhardt, Leonardo Amberson, Harvey Merhoff, Lawrence Tisch, Steven Spielberg, Charles
Schusterman. Wow.
Schusterman.
That's a
Lesser
name.
Crowd, Marvin Linder, Ronald Lauder. See, we're gonna get through these on factions. All of these people are interesting people and need to be studied a little bit. What's that? Oh no.
Mossad?
Whoops. Under the name Mega Group, the group is also said to have contacts with the Israeli intelligence agency, Mossad. So if you haven't yet, get caught up on the factions episodes. We are going to be diving into some of this tomorrow also.
So speaking of this
Audio.
group,
was it not audio?
Was it not so? Oh no.
Oh no. Testing. I don't know what audio you're talking about.
He might be late, and we may have had it turned off from one of the clips.
Okay. All right. Yeah, to this point, I mean, I'll be asking Pondy, Department of Justice together, Great Patriots, FBI to investigate Epstein's involvement. The problem is that, and I don't have his truth tweet the other day, but he's on record saying that essentially the Epstein files don't exist. For the 4 long years of that they're a hoax. And now he's calling for the release of the Epstein files. It's like, dude, pick one. Stop calling people piggies and pick one. I'll let you call all of them piggies if you want to. Just start doing things. Doing things specifically that you said you were going to do. Or at least attempt to do the things that you said you were going to do. We're not even getting an attempt anymore. Brandon Talmud over here, Officer Talmud, posted this. Speaker just torched Democrats suddenly pretending to care about the Epstein files.
And transparency, or ensuring justice, or protecting victims of this unspeakable tragedy, the Epstein evils. And how do we know that? Because the Democrats had every one of the Epstein files in their possession for the 4 long years of the Biden administration. The Biden Department of Justice had the files the entire time. And not a single one of the people who are so loud and animated right now, they never said anything about it for all those 4 years. None of them held press conferences. None of them demanded the release of the documents. And under Biden's DOJ, when they prosecuted just Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell, not a single one of these Democrats or any of the proponents of the discharge ever made any noise about that at all. So it's fair for the American people to ask the question, why now? Why suddenly are they so interested? They have such an urgent interest in the Jeffrey Epstein matter. The truth is simple and straightforward and obvious for anyone who is willing to look at it objectively. Clearly, this is a political exercise for Democrats and a few others, sadly, and it is as deceitful and dishonest as their pointless stunt to shut down the government. Same ideology behind this. Democrats are trying to use the Epstein matter as a political weapon to distract from their own party's failure.
All right, that's enough of that.
I know you are, but what am I, Zeb?
That's enough of that. It's the Democrats. The Democrats didn't want to. They didn't release it during Joe Biden. I know we're like 10 months into this presidency, and we said we were going to release Epstein files day one. I know. It's a Democrats' fault. Democrats, it's them. They did it. Democrats did it. This is the problem, dude. They need somebody to blame everything on. And so if it's the Republicans, it's the Democrats' fault. It's the Democrats or Republicans' fault. This is a sanctioned battle across the board. It's this uniparty falsity struggle. This is why you have people like Thomas Massey, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Ron Paul that are running this libertarian idea that are the split vote. They're the ones that make the decision. Everybody, generally speaking, everybody on the Republican side votes Republican or one way. Everybody on the Democrat side votes one way, unless it's obviously funding Israel. And so you have these 2 or 3 people in the middle that make the decision for everything. It's the system is made in the way to do this so that no progress is ever made. Even when Donald Trump has the House, the Senate, and the presidency. Donald Trump had 2 years House, Senate, presidency in his first term. He has 2 years House, Senate, presidency in his second term. What are we doing? What are we getting done? Obviously nothing. So what are we waiting on? We're waiting on the midterms to roll around. So then we can actually sit back and say, oh, the Democrats aren't going to pass anything. The Democrats won't pass anything. But here's the problem is Donald Trump has, from my understanding, and Swalwell's right here, full authority to release the Epstein files if he wanted to.
He does.
What is up with Trump calling on House Republicans to release the Epstein?
Eric Swallowswell, we're gonna play it. He's cringe, dude. He's cringe. Just absorb, just accept the cringe and embrace it.
Very, very rich, Mr. President. But let me tell you what, checkmate. I know you're more of a checkers guy than chess, but checkmate because you don't need Congress to release the Epstein files. We were doing this because you wouldn't release them. You actually have complete discretion to release all of the files. So why don't you do your job? Otherwise, we're just going to assume the worst, and the worst is that you don't want all of us to see how directly connected you are to the most notorious child sex trafficker ever. Checkmate.
To his point, yes, Donald Trump has full authority to release Epstein files. 1, 2, go bang, fang, fang again, dude.
Cringe, gay, cringe.
I know you like chess, but we're playing chess here, checkers here, so checkmate. It's like,
does his producer not go, all right, let's do another take? This time, maybe add some levels to it. A little bit of emote a little bit.
If an intelligence, this is Mike Johnson talking about the Epstein files can't be released unredacted because they contain intelligence agency material that falls under national security.
To demand.
Which intelligence agency?
Number 5, national security concerns, okay? The discharge requires the Attorney General to release within 30 days, quote, classified information to the maximum extent possible. This ignores the principle that declassification should always rest, and always has rested, with the agency that originated the intelligence. Why? So that they can protect their critical sources and methods. It is incredibly dangerous to demand that officials or employees of the DOJ declassify materials that originated in other agencies, in intelligence agencies.
Mr. Gay Johnson, which intelligence agency? As Josh mentioned a second ago, which one and what and why? Why, what, how?
Who, what, when?
Luke says why are we protecting pedos? I don't think we're protecting them. It seems like we're facilitating it. It's not even a protection at this point. It's like we're going to, I wonder if there's any.
We? Who's we? We is the pedos, is the pedophiles. They're protecting themselves.
It's exhausting, man. And so this is from the hearing earlier today. We're going to watch a little bit of this and get through a couple of more of these tabs. And I want to see if there's any actual updates on the vote here in a second. Chat, if y'all want to drop a link in chat, I'll pull that up if there is any major updates.
You give me hope. You give us hope. There is hope here. We fought the president, the attorney general, the FBI director, the speaker of the House, and the vice president to get this win. But they never, they're on our side today, though. So let's give them some credit as well. They are finally on the side of justice. And as Rose said, don't muck it up in the Senate. Don't get too cute. We're all paying attention. If you want to add some additional protections for these survivors, go for it. But if you do anything that prevents any disclosure, you are not for the people and you are not part of this effort.
To Massey's credit, I know I'll give him a lot of flack on this show. To Massey's credit, he has been consistent on this. And to his point a second ago is he's fought the FBI, the AG, the president, and many other people on the Epstein files. And finally, they are on board with him and Marjorie Taylor Greene and I guess Ron Paul too. Rand Paul. I don't know. Maybe we get it. Maybe we don't. I don't know. We don't need a vote, but we're getting a vote. Who knows, dude? Who knows?
Congresswoman Greene, you raised the question of whether or not the Justice Department will actually release these files. Do you take the president at his word when he says he's going to sign this bill, and do you have confidence that these files will actually be released?
I only take people's actions seriously. No longer words.
And what do you think the president's actions?
And I'll tell you, because I wasn't a Johnny come lately to the MAGA train. I was day one 2015, and there's a big difference in those Americans and those that decided to support President Trump later on. And I'll tell you right now, this has been one of the most destructive things to MAGA, is watching the man that we supported early on, 3 elections, for people that stood hours, slept in their cars to go to rallies, have fought for truth and transparency, and to hold what we consider a corrupt government accountable. Watching this actually turn into a fight has ripped MAGA apart. And the only thing that will speak to the powerful, courageous women behind me is when action is actually taken to release these files, and the American people won't tolerate any other bullshit. That's where we are today. Thank you.
Josh? Yes, we want action. Anything else?
I mean, I like what I'm hearing, but I hear a lot of things I like and a lot of things I don't like from all sorts of people. And really, that's the point. And I mean, she's saying exactly what I'm about to say, which is actions speak louder than words. So, I mean, Trump got in and he's like, we're releasing the Epstein files. We got the binders. And I was skeptical then, but I was admittedly a little excited. And now, I mean, who knows what's going to happen?
Who knows? Nobody knows.
Let me put it this way for all of you at home. All of you lovely, fine people watching at home. Do you think that whatever's going to come out in the Epstein files in the next few days, weeks, however long it takes, a month, whatever, will it be earth-shattering to the point where it completely topples the system? You think the people that are in control now, the people that are actively vying to not get this released, oh, well, now they've just changed their minds. Now the House and the Senate, you know, the Congress, they're going to overturn the decision. They're going to veto Donald Trump and release the Epstein files now, and it's going to send the whole thing crashing down. Not going to happen. I hate to be black-pilled about this, but that just is the case. I mean, on a positive note, though, with the rising anti-Israel sentiment, there may be a lot of people that are less squeamish about offending them. So that could be a positive outcome from this. But time will tell.
Always time will tell. I don't know how much time we got left, Josh. Maybe we don't even get the Epstein files because everything comes crumbling down.
3, 2. Well,
yeah,
country's over.
Oh well, it's been over, dude. Just walk outside. President Trump said, "I never went to Epstein Island." Also, Josh, I don't know if you know this or not. There's no record of Bill Clinton ever going to Epstein Island either.
Is it really not?
Yep. He flew on Lolita Express like 17 times, but he never went to the island, from my understanding. So
really?
So the statement that I never went to Epstein Island is not like a cop out. Like, that's not an excuse. Like to act like the island is the only place anything ever happened is to not ever go to Comet Pizza ever again.
Yeah, like we'll keep all of our underage prostitutes on the island. Whoa, Bill. Hold on, man. This is going to be a really boring plane ride, but when we get there, it's going to be great.
Flight logs. Yeah, I mean, he's in the flight logs.
But the logs tell you where the plane was going.
Why the sudden 180 by Trump? That's a good question. I think his hand has been forced to an extent. 1, 2, it seems to be relatively safe. So whatever happened between day one, release Epstein files, whatever happened between the Epstein files are on my desk, whatever happened to phase 1 rollout of the Epstein files, whatever happened between I'm going to quit if the Epstein files aren't released, whatever happened between that time period in like March and now,
well,
has made it safe
Okay.
for them to release the files.
I want to get your thoughts on this. I just thought of this, and it could be the case, but it's a little bit where basically, if you think about the Epstein Island conspiracy and what the conspiracy being true, your worst interpretation of what may or may not have happened, your worst interpretation, what does it imply? It implies foreign corruption, government interference, blah, blah, blah. This is something that the right wing, that conservatives, the Republican base is something they actively care about. But the truth is, it's kind of like destiny. The extremists, leftists, and even the baseline leftists, they don't believe that this level of conspiracy is possible. And even if they can't even fathom it, you know what I mean? So they don't care about Epstein Island for the most part because they don't really believe, that anything meaningful would come of it. So I think what you're seeing now is bipartisan support for uncovering them because the Trump base, they think it is sinister. They want to know what happened because they think something did happen. But now the Democrats are in favor of it because it makes Donald Trump look bad. So, I don't think any of the Democrat base is against releasing the files on principle, but now there's incentive for them to where none existed before. That could be the case. Do you think that? What do you think on that?
I was halfway scrolling.
I figured that's what.
Repeat it very briefly for me. Sorry.
The Democrats didn't care before because they don't believe in conspiracies. But now that this conspiracy would embarrass Trump, they're in favor of it. So now there's bipartisan support for releasing the Epstein files.
I don't think that's there. I think they think in winning and losing and releasing the Epstein files when it comes to not damaging Trump is pointless, and so they're not going to advocate for it.
The Democrats?
Yeah.
They are advocating for it.
Now they are.
Because it hurts Trump.
Yes.
That's what I just said, nigga. Oh, sorry.
Then you were right.
Yeah, yeah.
Then Josh is right. Congratulations. Everybody
There we go.
Everybody give Josh a clap. Yay. So, I'm trying to find any updates on this thing. Let's see here.
Quote, classified information.
That's an hour. No, I need updates. I need updates, chat. Anybody find an update on this thing? We will run it. That being said, I got a couple more clips before.
So,
Yeah.
Congressman,
Go
the
ahead.
Speaker is basically right now calling on the Senate to make revisions to this bill because he says it doesn't adequately protect the survivors, the victims that are standing behind you. Your response to that?
That's been a red herring all along. The survivors have always been in favor of this legislation, and there's a provision in there you can read if you would just read it that protects them. Now, if he wants to offer more protections in the Senate, that's fine with us, but here's the problem. Now we have to vote on it again in the House. And so, as you heard, justice delayed is justice denied. It could be just another delay tactic. But we want to...
Is that what you think? That's the motivation?
I think...
Let me send this. I'm going to pull it up. Well, I'll
You just
play
keep
that. It's
going on
20
the Epstein
seconds.
files. And what the Epstein is a Democrat hoax to try and get me not to be able to talk about the $21 trillion that I talked about today. It's a hoax. Now, I just got a little report, and I put it in my pocket, of all the money that he's given to Democrats. He gave me none, zero, no money to me, but he gave money to Democrats.
Here we go, Josh. You ready?
Mm-hmm. Oh, is it?
Before that, Super Chat, mud cookie for Josh, $2.
On this vote.
Thank you.
I think we can buy 6 mud cookies with $2. Isn't it $3?
As
three cookies $1?
I think so. So thank you, as Zeb would say, filthy, angrish peasant.
Yes.
These are 427. The nays are 1. 2/3 being in the affirmative. The rules are suspended. The bill is passed. And without objection, the motion to reconsider is laid on the table.
All right, so the House votes, now it's got to go to the Senate. But, I mean, none of this even needs to happen in the first place. So what are we even doing here? Do we get the files, Josh? I think that's the question. Huh?
Who's the one who didn't vote?
Sus? Sus? That's a good
sus,
question. Who was it? Hold on. We can I can tell you what he was as a Republican.
The yeas are.
Who would it have been?
Probably Ron Paul. Yeah.
To not
just,
release?
Just contrarian. You
Just
know,
to do
Mr.
it.
Contrarian.
Just to do it.
Yeah.
Everybody's voting this way. I'm not doing that.
Basically, he was like, I'm doing the unpopular thing. He convinces everybody, damn it.
Oh, no.
I'm not voting for the release of the Epstein files.
Mike Johnson, Clay Higgins. Somebody say Clay Higgins? Maybe.
That sounds black.
No, he's a big, bald white dude, I think.
Is he?
Forging.
Clay Higgins.
With a $10. He says, Nav is killing it. No other channel comes close to covering such a wide variety of current events, topics from multiple creators like you guys do. Truly one-stop shop. That is the plan. That's what we're trying to do. I want to create a place for people to come and get all kinds of content, kinds of genre.
Why go somewhere else when you can come here?
Get it all. We want to get it all. Sports show coming next month, maybe.
Ooh. What day of the week? Is that Saturday?
I don't know. We'll have to work that out. I think the only day we don't have field right now is Monday. Right?
Yeah, that's the suck zone.
You could do a Monday show after like a Saturday NFL. You could do a post-op show.
Oh,
You know what
good
I mean?
point. See, I'm
Or
not
like Saturday into NFL Sunday, college Saturday, Sunday NFL, and then Monday do a show, and then prep for maybe like Monday night. I don't know. I'm thinking out loud, Chad. Thinking out loud. We want to bring in the non-political into the political world. We want to open their eyes to what is going on. I want to give them the future on the platter. So here we are. Any other updates? Let me scroll real quick. Y'all want to scroll, chat? This is dangerous.
I like
I'm
that.
be honest with you. This is dangerous.
Airplane.
Talking about football. We get football.
Boobs.
These men get it. Me, I'm the problem. I'm not enough of the problem. Are y'all covering this?
This movement, this anti-Israel
Did you watch
movement.
it?
I did watch it. Who is
No idea.
this?
He's a nobody, but he's getting a lot of traction from this.
Okay, I was like, maybe this is someone you know, but
I mean, I keep up with these people. I find them very quickly and keep up with them.
Huh.
But I mean, hello Gorpers, dear Gorpers. I mean, y'all know my position on Nick. Please stop this though. Please stop this. Like one more dear Gorper video, and I think you'll convince like 90% of them that what they believe is wrong. Just one more video. Just one more.
That one you sent
John
last
Travolta?
week. Yeah, Timu John Travolta. That one was a tough watch.
Was it? I watched some of it and I was like, nah, I'm good. This is Mom Donnie asking for more money. It's been 2 weeks since he won the election.
Too often, this
So,
is a time
Ron-
of just celebration as opposed to preparation. We want to make it both.
A lot of these things are new. One of them is pretty old, fundraising. But why are we fundraising? Well, we have less than 50 days until we take office, and we have a lot to do. We have to vet the 50,000 resumes we've received. Thank you. We have to keep paying our incredible team. Thank you. And we have to plan not just our inauguration, but our policy implementation. Now, unlike the campaign, transitions do not get public matching funds from the city. So that 8-to-1 match, gone. It's up to us to raise the money. Usually campaigns take that as an opportunity to rely on wealthy donors, but that's not us. You've already been incredible. We've raised more than $1 million in just 2 weeks. Our average donation is around $77, and more than 12,000 of you have donated so far, which is
You go,
much
daddy
lower
work.
than the last administration's transition.
close
But we're
out.
still asking for your help because we need to raise $4 million.
Okie dokie, I'm done listening to that guy. We're gonna have to listen to him a lot more in the coming future. Mayor of New York City, congratulations, the Constitution won. This is outside the Overton. Go support us on Nav at _NAV. Wait. At NAV_creators on YouTube and Twitter. Please support us over there. Also, if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and do that to the channel, whatever channel you're watching on, or follow. Like the stream if you haven't already. This thing will stay up. Tomorrow, noon, we have Factions, me, John Ward, and we're going to be covering, I guess it's going to get hot, especially what happens the rest of the day with Thomas Massey, Marjorie Taylor Greene, and then that third is going to be Ron Paul. Where was I going? Anything else? Merch?
We got
merch in the
merch store.
description.
Go check out all of the other independent channels. Go
Yes.
check out John Ward's channel, Atlas Thugged.
Those should
mine, even though there's nothing there yet.
Yeah, Chuck's on there too. Those should be featured channels on the homepage of both Nav and myself. We're going to try and grow something together, somewhat of a network. And if you know anybody that would be interested in being a part of Nav, even if that's loosely, you don't have to dedicate a 1 day a week to it. We can just, come as it goes. Just depend on what it is. So send them our way if you wouldn't mind doing that. It is growing. We're growing pretty consistently. We'll have one pop off here before too long. And we got some guys doing some heavy lifting, some good work on the Nav end. All that being said, thank you for joining us today. I'm ZebBoykin.
I am Joshua Vandernoord.
This is Outside the Overton on the Nav channel. How are we going to end that? I want to throw Nav in there.
I was going to say, you need to work on your intros and outros a little bit. How are we going to do this? You say, it's like, this is Outside the Overton. This has been Outside the Overton on the New American Vision Network.
There we go. Killed it.
These leaders are very sick.
Good evening, everyone. I'm This tragedy strikes the LAPD. The coronavirus has taken the life of an officer. He had been fighting for his life since May. He was live outside St. John's Hospital in Cincinnati, where the officer lost his life.
From this day forward, a new vision will govern our land. From this day forward, it's going to be America first. America first. And only America first. And I say, really, you know what I am? I'm a nationalist, okay? I'm a nationalist.